Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I'm streaming a bit today and let us see what happens today. I want to do work in Space Engineers as usual. And yeah, we can see if we find something else that we want to do, we can also try that. Good. I want to work on the ship some more. Still we have a problem with the turrets, and that needs to change. I think we will not be able to get them to fire today, or I got them to fire, but hello Adek, but I was not able to basically keep that going. In a different world, I tried out if it is maybe a problem with the mods making it so the turrets don't fire, but it's not. It's the game itself. And now I have the problem that the mod that these weapons come from is not updated yet, and it crashes the game when the point defense lasers fire, and so we have to remove them unless we if we get them to fire, it might crash the game, so we will remove these. Good. Everything else, Bel Orzo, hello. I'm again, I was able to get some things going with the turrets. The problem is that they started to work and then they stopped again. So turrets apparently need to enable target moving objects. We can take a look at target moving objects, because as far as I know, all the things except missiles are activated, and there is no option target moving objects anymore. So this sadly doesn't help. It seems to be a general problem with the targeting. At one point it just starts to borg out. For example, if you open an easy start world, you thanks, Edek. So I started an easy world, one of these platforms, and if you, for example, do something like changing the platform to your faction or to yourself, the platform immediately starts to shoot everything that's in range that's neutral. And it does. It does that. And it does that with all the guns that there are. So it does that even with the laser weapons. So the laser weapons, again, that was in the last update that they made problems. Again, for some reason, if they don't hit anything, they crash the game. So as long as they hit something, they produce no problem. But yeah, that's Bell also, that's right, it does. So when they, for example, drill through a ship and hit anything, basically drill through it, and then the laser starts to come out on the other side or something like that, then it crashes the game. And it only does that with one of the weapons, and it doesn't do that for the other laser mod. So the other laser mod, I have the one with these models. For these models, it doesn't do that. So these work fine. The cool looking Darth Biomech mod that crashes. Love is Doom, hello. So the lag got a lot better, Adek. It is still there, but that's mostly the world now. But when you go into a new world, man, it runs so much better. So that's what we are working towards. I want to get this the next part of this series. I will not call it season or start or something like that. The next part of this season, I want to be able to fight, and that's what I want to design my ships for. That's what I want to build these ships, not build the ships for, but remodel the ships for. That's why I'm on and on and on about the guns at the moment, and the guns mainly not working. So we still have the target ship. I'm removed one mod that I had a bit of a suspicion that it might be this mod doing damage to the world, so the turrets don't fire the energy shields, but it didn't change anything. Alec, ask your question. So, okay, the thing is now that we need to set in these turrets as basically as the point defense lasers. So tell me, if you can't fight against anyone, why do you need such big batteries? If you can't fight against anyone, what do you mean? I can fight against something. I want to mainly go for PvE, so set up the pirates and let the pirates come. I'm thinking about being a bit more, let's say, creative and go for the placement of some. You can set up basically antennas in Space Engineers and just add them to the pirate faction, so they can spawn in drones, and that's what I want to do. I want to start fighting other ships again. I want to. It's not completely shaped in my head. The problems at the moment that the game has are basically too real to really make definitive decisions now. But I want to maybe set up some ships to capture other ships. This is the idea of but going into making a bit of a difference to what I normally do. So that's what I want to work on basically in the future. Okay, this is what I need. Asteroids, Love is Doom. I'm not a big fan of if you mean the meteorites, so the spawning in meteorites. I'm not a big fan of that. CPT B-nuts, very good. Thanks for asking. I'm not a big fan of them, and I will not activate them. Maybe, but the problem at the moment is that the meteorites are just a hassle. They hit everywhere, and they hit so frequently that I could show you. But going back to the planet now, I have a planetary base in at the Terran planet there, and it is riddled with craters around the whole area, and that's one thing I don't like. So having the whole area look like cheese, that's not a thing I'm a big fan of. About Subnautica, in your previous video you talked over the computer voice. That tends to piss people off. If you restart the series, try not to do that. So, Bell Orso, you're okay with me playing in near darkness, but talking over the computer? Yeah, sometimes I had the problem with Subnautica that it started to tell me stories, and I not missed it, but I basically, yeah, you're right. I talked a bit over it. I hope I'm doing that right. So these lasers, the small lasers, I want to mainly use as point defense and have these big cannons as basically the main attack weapons for bigger things. The I had some talks with people in the comments the about the Gatling turrets, that I maybe shouldn't use Gatling turrets and just use energy weapons, but I'm too much of a fan of the Gatlings to not implement them. By the way, you can see that they are not moving. Not sure if they are turned off. Watching other LPs of it, but people who don't. Yeah, it's the thing. Yeah, the thing with Subnautica is that the story is told. It's funny how the story is just told by the way. So you could basically ignore the complete story for some reason. So you wouldn't really notice it. And it's Subnautica is a game I realized I really like, but it's grindy to play a bit, and I'm not the I'm not the biggest fan of playing it on video for some reason. So to just sit there and play on your own a bit, that works out pretty well, but playing it on video is for some reason still a problem for me. So you can see that, by the way, that the turrets are turned on and they should be set to target neutrals, and they don't. So this ship there is still a neutral target, and they don't attack it. Last week there were hot fixes all around. This week it seems they don't really bother. Keen Software House. Good. We need to. Why am I doing this? I could just go and say, is the built-in repair system turned on? That got an update, by the way. Oh, as information for you, some of you might play with the nanites and might realize that the nanites at the moment are the... Oh, no. See that? My color palette is gone. So now I have to recreate my... delete all the things color. Can I punch it in? No, I can't. That's just the worst. I'm playing in a lower resolution than I normally do, and now I can't punch in the number. Then here I need 324, and it jumps. This game makes me mad. Sometimes this game really gets to me. Okay, I will do it by hand. How long will you be streaming? I'm no set time for now. Could end up streaming 3 hours or 4 hours. I'm not sure. CPT Bnuts, why are you doing this? What am I doing, or are you talking to someone else? No, Bell. Also, it's not the productivity thing. I'm doing that for Space Engineers too sometimes. So play out 2 hours to have 25 minutes or so in video. In the Subnautica is a real mellow game, so you need to take it in. You need to see how good it looks and what you're doing and all that stuff. And it kind of doing it on video takes a bit away from that. So Subnautica has so much exploration, in my opinion, that it nearly is too much. And I don't know. I don't know how to really describe that. Yeah, why am I doing this? I've set up the build system, the build and repair system. That's one way of the automated build system that's in as a mod in the game. I've set it up to take down a certain color. So objects that have a certain color will get demolished, not demolished, salvaged, destroyed. Don't know. So they basically scavenge these objects, and the problem is I can't set up the color because the color picker doesn't let me set up the 324. I need 324, and I will try it again. 323, 300. Maybe I can just see that. I can't get to the color, and the big problem with it is that my color palette is gone. I had set up a color palette that is gone now, and if I ever lose this ship here, my colors are gone. So trying, yeah. Could we? 324 and then 25, and then we just go with this. So it's similar, but what is with the build and repair system? The thing is that now I need to change every build and repair system, and so I would only have to change one color here. So 300. At least the good thing is that here I can just punch in the number. So here I can go with 325. Okay, this works. This is always a bit of a thing. Sometimes these sliders don't work when you. Sometimes the mod is not set up the right way or something like that. Then we run into problems. So that's now I can show you. So if we color this in this color, it will be taken down. Okay, now I need to get my colors back. What is it? Shift P? Yes. So, no. Edec to Thanis. Thanks for the answer. Okay. You're all sitting in Great Britain, or where are you guys sitting at the moment? Okay, this is the gray, and then setting up the white. So, and setting up the dark gray. Then I should have all my colors back. I'm trying to get used, for the people that don't watch the videos or so, I'm trying to get used to using colors from basically the start, so that when I build, I don't run into the problem that I built this whole ship here in gray, and coloring it later was a bit of a hassle, and so I'm now trying to get used to setting up the colors before, and that's why I'm doing that. I'm stuck in the same hellhole. You are so hellholy. It's not. There are far worse hellholes out there. Good. I'm at the moment. Some people might like to hear that. At the moment, I'm completely in a run of playing Kerbal Space Program again, and this whole game makes me go crazy. Okay, hopefully I can destroy that without... a neat hellhole is a good description. This is saying that Germany is a hellhole is basically talking about first world problems. I think we have it pretty okay here. California, but will be going back to Vilsack? So you are in California at the moment. Vilsack? What Vilsack? Is that somewhere in the US or somewhere else? It's, by the way, we're doing again random work, and I wanted to concentrate on something, but the problem still is that I want to bring in the ceiling here and close that off. I also want to close off the front here so you don't see all the lines. I'm okay with seeing the lines, but some of that should be hidden, I think. Good. Okay, back to the weapons. In the last episode, I dug out some... by the way, you know, happens to Pampered Duchess. She hasn't uploaded... No, I don't. It's... I haven't talked to her in a while now. She seems to not... don't know, want to upload. I see her sometimes on Steam. And you can see her in the Keen Software House Discord and all that stuff, but I don't know if she has no time or no will to play at the moment. I don't know. It's sad. I loved her videos, and she just one day stopped doing them, and that's sad. So I dug out some portions here. These have a connection to the conveyor systems. So these guns can get ammo. These back here too, and the one in the front have two. These are energy weapons, but for some reason they have a connection to the conveyor system, and I'm not really sure why. We will go and take a look at at the systems there. By the way, sorry for the lag. That's a problem we sadly have to deal with in this world. This world really goes to pieces at the moment, and that's also sad. Okay, I want to add some lasers on the sides too. These one I will hide a bit more. I've made the... Okay, I have the connector there. And maybe flank it with the... one thing I will do now is turn off the gravity in the ship. I don't want to lose materials. The main gravity, turn it off so that I have one cleanup nanite system in here that basically it's just there to clean up stuff that's flying around in space. Where could I put the lasers? Vilsec. Oh, northeastern Bavaria. What are you doing in California at the moment, CPT? I've been to Brandenburg and other places in northeast and north central places like Rostock. Edek, that's a thing. If you talk to the Western German guys, they have an explanation for you why it's very clean in the former in the former eastern part of Germany. It's politics, and I will not get involved. But there is an explanation for that. Okay, we need to find a different place for the laser guns. Maybe what I could do is I could add them to these things. The laser guns have the good thing that they are just one block wide, so with gold slabs, again, ask the Western population of Germany and you might get answers that will be around the States. Will you and Doc M doing any more collaborations? Doc M will not do collaborations with me, and that's a YouTube thing. He has 500,000 subscribers. I have 2,500. I got him to do this one voiceover for me because I worked for him basically and did some work for him. So I asked if he would be okay with me with recording a bit of voice for me, and we did that together. We talked once in a while, but it's not like we are constantly talking. CPT. So are you traveling just for fun? Just to insert that question. So I don't think we will do collaborations anymore. And again, I'm doing Space Engineers. He is now being back playing Minecraft, and again, I will not go back and play Minecraft. So Bell also, please tell me what Raven won't. I'm not sure. Maybe Bell also is from the eastern part of Germany, and then he might have different opinions. I don't have an opinion. Let's state this immediately. But he might have a different opinion on that. So for me, it's more of a joke than. Okay, I want to place these again. I wanted to have some connections for these two. Maybe we can. Maybe we can connect it up to here. Question is how far away from the... Oh, that might be a good place to set that up. 50-50. Yeah. So, Edek, just to explain that to you, in Germany, after, and I don't know how old Bell Ors is, so that might also be a thing. We, after the union, after the wall came down basically, and the how's it called in English? GDR, I think. Not, we call the eastern part of Germany the former DDR. So Deutsche Demokratische Republik. That was the part after World War II that went basically to the Russians, and they formed the... I think again it is called GDR when you are talking about it in English. And after the union, there was a tax set up that was called, or is called, it still exists, that is called there's no good way to describe that, but basically the Western German part, it sounds so bad, and I don't want to be, because it was a necessary thing at that time. So we all gave money to basically the eastern part of Germany, the GDR, and to their communes there, so the towns and cities and whatever there is, and to be able to, if you had seen the eastern part of Germany after very shortly after the union, you would have seen a completely different picture. So the most of the buildings were trashed, and it wasn't a beautiful picture. And so basically the Western Germans, or the Germans, paid for the former GDR to make their cities nice again, and repair stuff, and to build infrastructure and all that stuff. It's a thing. And now there are politicians out there that argue that now everybody, because we are still paying this tax, basically, and now this tax money should go to the Western towns, because a lot of Western towns are in disarray and don't look so beautiful. It's a weird thing, and we don't have to think about it. It's politics again, and I know your love for talking about politics, Edek. Yeah, the solidarity tax. That's a good description. That's what it is still called, because it still exists, although it was only planned for a few years, I think. But now it's tax money, and so we are still very much paying for it, although the money isn't going anymore where it was thought it would go to. So, but again, that's politics. I'm not here to talk about politics. About where you look, yes, some of the more rural parts of Brandenburg are beautiful. It has its dark side. Berlin has some really shit. Yeah. And again, that counts for all the cities in Germany. Yeah, you have some really, really nice old towns. For example, the really old parts in most cities were renovated and were made to look nice again. And but some towns didn't really get that treatment. But it's good that you have that you got a nice picture when you were over here. Okay, this. Now I might open this up and then I might end up somewhere where I shouldn't. If you're 31, I was just speculating. I don't know how old you all are. You called me you called me boy in your comment, Belor, so I'm 37. So it's nice that you think I'm a young guy. All European cities. Good. Okay, these big guns will be the main guns. They still should work, and I hope that I can make more tests with the guns in other worlds. The thing is that I'm working here on the main ship to always take basically blueprints of it, and I spawn them into a different world. And then I test how the whole ship reacts then. That's what I'm mainly doing here at the moment. So for me it has no worth leaving this world behind when every other world would run with a lot of problems. With a lot of problems too. So you don't combo them? I lost you, Edek. You don't combo them? What do I not combo? Okay. Why isn't the color system working as it should? Okay, these guns will point down, and I think that's okay. That might look better than have them point somewhere else. Good. I still need to lay the connections for the side guns here, basically. So this was easy, just a conveyor block or two, but these were, I think, were these more complicated? How did I do that on the other side now? I think I opened it to the containers. Behind here are some containers, but I could try to open it to this connector. The connector will go anyways. Why did I not use that? Oh, okay. I have the connections behind here. What was, I think on the other side I used straight connections. If I remove the connector, I might want to do that here too. Okay, this is the one. Armitage, my man. Good to see you here. How are you? I nearly missed you. That's I missed you. Nearly missed you in the chat. I always miss you. Armitage. How's it going, good sir? Fun at work, Raven. I work as a paramedic. Nice. Conventions and training. Edek. Thank you. That's nice of you. get a good coffee. I don't go to Starbucks or Costa. I'm usually doing my own coffee, and I'm not putting. I will put the money to coffee if you say so, but I don't buy it from Starbucks. I hope that's okay for you too. Thank you, Eric. That's always nice. But again, we know you shouldn't do that. I'm okay, Armitage. I'm really okay. I'm next week. I'm starting another qualification to go into adult. How's it called? I'm learning how to teach people things, and I will be able to work as a teacher in we say Erwachsenenbildung. Yeah, basically as a teacher in for grown-ups. It's a nice thing, and one thing that made me make this decision is YouTube. All this YouTube thing made it so that people thought I have a good voice and I'm a good teacher. I'm not sure if that's the case, but people will tell me. But again, Edek, I will definitely get a good coffee. Yeah, adult education. It's not university level. It's CPT. You might know that I could work in companies and teach people there. In Germany, you need a lot of a lot of people here are German, but in Germany you need a lot of qualification to do certain things. So you need state-approved qualification, for example, to have apprentices. So it's in other countries it works completely different, but a company needs people that have certain qualifications to be able to have apprentices, and I can be one of these persons. And okay, I didn't set that up here. And I can work in adult education, for example. That's one thing that I will want to do. I can work for independent companies and give online lectures, for example, all that stuff. I learned that while I was doing my other qualification, that the people I worked with there and that I learned with there always told me, they came and said, okay, I need help in understanding something, and I basically said, okay, I can help. What do you need? And then the people told me, hey, why are you not giving these courses? And I said, I'm not allowed to. And they said, then you should get the qualifications to be allowed to. And I asked, that it was a private company where I made my qualification, and I asked them what would be needed to work for you, and they said this and this qualification. I said, I want to get this and this qualification. Another teacher doing YouTube. Again, I will not call myself teacher. That's a thing that is reserved for people that really learn all the stuff. But a tutor, or we have a, I don't know all the English words for that, but that's better. That's a better word for that. You would be an epic teacher. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I would be an epic teacher, but at least I can try. That's the thing that I want to do. I want to have the ability and the chance to try it, and that's what I can get there. What color do I have the... stop flying. What color do I have the guns in? Do I have them in white or in white? Okay. No, Professor. No. These people did a lot more than I did. There's no comparison. Although I'm that's that's a thing that I still want to get. We found a we found a pamphlet from an American university. In America, it seems to be possible that just everybody can set up a university how they want, basically. And I found a pamphlet here in Germany from an American university, a small one, a small university that sells. Yeah, they sell titles. So what you can do is, in Germany, you can get basically honor titles. So you don't really have to do anything for that. But if some university says, yeah, now you are a doctor of, and we come to the titles later, or a professor of, you can get that, and then you can basically put that into your ID. You can have a doctor title you did nothing for, just pay for, but it is basically a doctor title that says nothing. So you are not a real doctor. It's just honoris causa or something like that. So and the fun part is, with this American university, you can just buy them for $150, and the titles you can get are, for example, a doctor in immortality, or a doctor in ufology, basically. And so you are a doctor of UFOs, or a doctor of being immortal. And I so want one of these titles. For $300, you can get the Professor Doctor title, and then I can add that to my ID, and I can say, hey, I'm a doctor of something. It's great. It's so useless. But that's one thing. If I ever have too much money, I will just throw them $300 and say, hey, make me a doctor. As swearing at the president of Poland, you can do it. Just don't. I mean, I'm not really concerned with being seen as cool or not. I'm missing messages over. Am I not able to roll back? Good point. Not cool, bro. Yeah. Special engineering. That I have to see if they have something like that. Engineer is in at least in Germany is a different degree. I don't know if you can be a doctor in the engineering field. White guns, Raven. Yeah, white guns. I wanted to see how I've set them up. Edek, your idea, please. Okay, they are pointed backwards. And thank you, Love is Doom. Good. I need to order ammunition still. They have, but... So the bad part at the moment is that they absolutely don't aim at anything. That's not nice. Okay, these ones point back. These ones point to the front. No, that was good telling me. That was good telling me. Ooh, I need to drink something. My coffee is done. I will have to drink today. I don't know what's up, but I need to bring water down my... Oh, Edek, no, not 100k. 100 bucks. 100. Not 100,000. 100. It's... I would have to see a government official. It's not a government official. It's a... you just basically say, hey, I have this title now and I want to have it in my ID. Please change my ID for 25 bucks. Yeah, you can be a doctor of... The thing is that normally you get engineer is a title in itself. That's what I meant. Yeah, they are useful guns if they don't point at anything. That's the main problem at the moment. They don't see anything as a target, and that also counts for enemies. That's why I'm still in this world. Otherwise, I would have already went to a new world, because again, I want to do something with engineer. I want to do something with at least a bit more combat involved later. It's so maddening that this doesn't work. Good. Oh, another thing I need to do. We need to do repairs. I had this ship docked, and when I undocked it, it started to jiggle around like crazy, and you can see what happened. I lost the whole reactor and the drill in the front. The thrusters are gone. It's making me not like the game sometimes. And it's my absolute favorite. Not my absolute favorite game, but it's the game I like to play the most, and not only for video. And at the disarray of the game at the moment really is not nice to see. That the game is in the state the game is in right now. I'm not the biggest fan of that. So, okay, we need to copy the other side. See ya, CPT. Thanks for being here. Change your name to Doctor or Professor. The problem is, I think that wouldn't work here. So I cannot just assume... go and say I'm a professor, and that would work. The professor thing is it's a very, very official title here, and so you can't just take this title and say it's I think even forbidden if you're not a doctor to say you are a doctor. So that's why these fake titles are so nice, because you can get them and can call yourself a doctor of something, but in reality you are just a doctor honoris causa, I think, and that's the difference there. A person I know wanted to be a lord. So I don't know how it is with royal titles. So it could be different, but here in Germany, I think even the royal titles, you can't just get them. So that also would just fall off. Just saying I'm a lord now. And again, with a doctor or an engineer or professor, it wouldn't work. So you might be able to get it as. So what you can do here in Germany is we can say we have basically what I, for example, could do is I could take. Go to the office that does all these managing things, and I could say, okay, I'm an artist, and my artist's name or my name as artist is Rabenschild, for example, and then I could get that into my passport as not a name change, but as a surname, so an extra name. So I would be, and then there would be a name as known as artist Rabenschild. That could work out. I'm not sure if you could go and then say, okay, I'm professor something. I'm not sure if that would really work. No, again, I think it wouldn't work like that. Okay, 5, and then the airlock. To repair this, why is this still gray? G airlock. Oh, I thought I haven't. 2, 3, 4, 5, and the airlock here. Turn it around. Thank you. And on the other side. Okay. There's that guy who was adopted by a German. Yeah, adoption is a thing. That's one thing you can do. You can be adopted, and then you have, because that's official stuff. That's why royals here in Germany always do that. Adopt all the people to get the money. They just get, don't know, 50,000 for adopting someone, so some other guy can call himself Baron, Prince, something, and I don't have that money. And sorry, I'm okay with my real name and that I'm not a royal, so that's not a thing. But being a doctor of ufology or immortality, that's something completely different. So I need some girders. Yeah, the peerage, it depends on the thing. I will not call myself, if I buy a title in ufology or immortality, I wouldn't call myself really smart because I threw $100 at someone, $150 at someone uh, that just takes the money, and I don't have anything of it, nothing. And that's the same with royal titles, all that stuff. Do go to college, go to university, and do the work. That's the only real way to do it, in my opinion. And I know people that write works. In it's funny, in Germany it's forbidden to fake your doctor title. So if you get caught that someone has written for you to be a doctor, you have to make this big thing that the big work and your doctor title. How's it called? Man, I don't know how it's called in English. So you have to make a big written down work that's worth being written from a doctor. And if you let somebody write that for you and you pose it as your own, basically, that's forbidden. You are not allowed to do that. But I know people that do the work for these people, get money for doing that, and for not only for doctors, but for everything. So, and that's a thing that really makes me angry. I'm not angry at my friends that get the money, because that's an absolutely legal work. And if someone pays them for that, I will not say anything. But the people that do that make me angry, because they get something and then pose as something they are not, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Your question about his age. Yes, I did. 37, Love is Doom. Well, like languages in Klingon is apparently... It is... Yes, in Klingon. I think you can study that, but the problem is the courses are just an example for basically an artificial language. There are courses for Klingon, and you can get not a title in that because it's a linguistic thing. But I know of courses that use that as an example for an artificial language, because someone sat down and made Klingon up from the ground, and it was a linguist that did that. I need these interior plates. I'm not getting anything done here, and I need girders. Just a few to replace all the windows I have out there. Scorpio, hello. Again, Klingon is recognized because it's funny. Someone did a lot of work for that. The whole language thing really evolved, and that's crazy for something that comes from a science fiction TV series. Okay, let me get the window in. So what I could I need it to be this blue, and I think, how is it not? Okay, that's the wrong window. That's the right one. Okay. 12 years age difference. Where? You finally got the live stream notification. I'm trying to set them up 2 hours in advance. Is that enough, or do I need to go for a day in advance or something like that? The problem is that I normally don't know if I normally make the decision to stream on the day I stream. So setting it up in advance, completely in advance. Oh, I need to go. Sorry, I need to go back into the questions and see what is going on here. Edek, yeah, there is still royalty and aristocracy in Germany, but it's nothing official. So you have a title, but that means nothing. It's not like you get money for being something. But the title still exists, so you still can be a baron or something. That works. It still is there, and the whole dissolving it in 1918. That's not true. We still had the emperor. It was disbanded, basically. I think by the it wasn't really disbanded, but again, the Nazis were not completely fond of royalty, and that's the thing. 6 hours might be nice. 6 hours, okay. I will go try to go for 6 hours. Super Ghost UK, hello. There are we have a lot of you can see old people that came from families that had royalty. This we have this von thing that's basically Rabenschild, and that would indicate that at least somewhere in my heritage line there was someone with a royalty title. All that stuff. It's weird stuff, and we for us it's not like anybody that still has a royal title would get anything for that. Thank you, Super Ghost UK. Guten Tag. Yeah. In 1918, that's the thing. The Hitler, for example, was how did this work out? But Hitler still shook the emperor's hand to when he got into office and all that stuff. So there was still royalty. No, siblings, what do you mean? I have a brother. I have a younger brother. I'm not supposed to be pressured. You are not pressured to learn German. Learn English. That's the far more useful language. German is good if you want to write. If you want to write something and all that stuff, then German works out. But for most of the part, if you want to learn a useful language, then learn English. Chinese would also be good, and If it wouldn't be so difficult, I think learning the Indian language, and I'm the main language, Hindu, I think, also a good thing. But the problem with India is 200 languages or something like that could be difficult, because these are the up and coming countries. So maybe Russian, but I'm not sure. As someone from Poland, you might not want to learn Russian. I know that there are animosities. So, but when Hitler started coming into power, Prussia still had a king. We had still the emperor. I'm not sure if Prussia still had a king. I'm not sure. I'm not completely in a complete history buff. Yeah, Scorpio. I'm not sure if I think it's one. It's one of the official languages. The Brits against Napoleon was insane. I told Welling, sorry, I was late. I was pregnant with an elephant. Yeah, you have to think that most of the royalty in Europe is a very incestuous bunch, marrying really close relatives sometimes, and that's not always helpful. Okay, that's repaired. And I got distracted from the guns again, but I think we're done with the guns, at least for the sides. I still want to figure out how to put them on top. I still want to have guns on top, but I'm not sure how to put them. I have the feeling that if I would put them here, I would disturb the thingamabobs, the oxygen farms, and I don't want to put them here because then they are in the... Maybe I just leave them out and go with the ones on the sides, and if they come from top, I will just turn the ship. Apparently English is not the official language of England, as it's never been questioned. Never. We all speak English, so why should we? I'm doing a lot of study on Prussia and Polonia recently while following my genealogy and my side of the family. Oh, okay. German history is insane, because if you think that Germany is not a really... Germany as it is at the moment is not particularly old, and everything that was there before, it's completely crazy. When you think that Germany went to a democracy really early, relatively early after the revolution in France, and then said, "Oh no, democracy, that's nothing for us. We will go back and elect, get an emperor and kings and all that stuff." That was really nice. And then we had to go back to a democracy. Yeah, we went back to a democracy that didn't lead to a good end, and then we had to learn democracy again. It's the Germans and democracy. Leave when to the main engine, it always works out. German history. Birthplace of modern Europe. Yeah, in the real, yeah, yeah, at the moment, that's Leave a vent to the main engine. It always works out. I'm not sure what you mean. Leave a vent to the... Side note, somehow this ship seems too flat to me. It needs a command bridge tower in the rear third of the ship. No, it can't have a command bridge tower in the rear third. And I can show you why this ship is so flat. I like it so flat. I went and made it so flat because I had other ships that looked very, very different, and they didn't work out for me because too many levels to go to and too many gaps to bridge. This ship has 2 levels, straight lines with basically two staircases leading up and down, and an elevator. And it is so flat because of this ship. This is basically the original. This is the Duchessa. It's a ship you can find in the game. It's modified, so there are things different. But the Duchessa is one of the finds I made in basically the last season. I brought her over because I made her one of the ships that I just go to, and it's originally a drone carrier, and it is on the Steam Workshop if you want to have it yourself. And for me, I found out after 2 really big experiments with ships that I built that didn't work out for me, how I have built them. I went back to something that proved to be working, and the Duchessa was working, so that's why I have her. By the way, this is the Empress. It's just basically the bigger version of the Duchessa. The Duchessa has her bridge or her single flight seat here, and the Empress has hers here too. And the thing is, I can't have anything in the back half because this ship is able to dock here, and so we will not put anything on here because that would disturb it very, very much. That's how this works out. And I like the side bridges. I'm a big fan of having stuff not too symmetrical. You can see that in other series, Starmade, for example. I'm not a big fan of having stuff too symmetrical. A Baroness, yeah, might come later. The Baroness, by the way, a lot smaller than the Duchessa. Could be a small ship or something like that. And again, I wanted to recreate this ship in a lot bigger and then modify it, put my own spin on it, and all that stuff. And it works out for me. I can get through this ship without puking, for example. I have ships where I always thought, man, why am I doing that to myself? Okay, we need to repair the pill miner. I need thrusters. And I need cargo containers. The big ones. And I need reactors. The big ones. Between the Duchessa and the Empress. I don't have it open anymore. We could have taken a look at it. Yeah, the Queen is between the Duchessa and the Empress. Oh no! Oh, I would need to take a look at that. I have a list where all the Duchessa is an Italian royalty title, something, and they. I think there's nothing between the Empress and the Duchessa. The Empress is not Italian. I'm not sure if there's if there is a real name for a female version of the emperor, basically. I'm not sure if that's in Italian. There wasn't. In the list I had, there wasn't. So there was just the emperor name, basically, and it's weird how royalty works. So don't ask me. The empress was someone in the comments suggested it, and I said, hey, that's good. Let's go with this. Okay, I need the reactor back, but I had it in gray, so we will just go with the normal gray and then work it out. Played Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. You mean the Old Republic? I'm getting I'm confusing. I played the MMO, yes. The Smuggler line has could be. I never delved too deep into the Old Republic. No, Duchessa and Duchess are the same in royal ranking. That's the thing. That's the same. But again, I couldn't find a name, an Italian name for the emperor. Basically, there is an Italian male version of the emperor, but there's not an Italian female name. As far as I see it, again, I didn't. Somebody can come and say, no, there is. I don't know. I just saw one list. Ghost, a political party. Edek, absolute trash. Oh, what do native Germans here? Oh yeah, that's it's. Edek, yeah, not. Don't. No, it's Edek. No politics, please. Why do I always have to tell you no politics? Ghost. Good. Super. Yes. Yeah, it's Scorpio. Thanks, Eric. I really like you, but always going to politics again. I want to do these streams to get away from all the political turmoil we have in the world, and I'm always willing to answer your question when it comes to history or something, but let us not go into politics, because I don't know who... I don't know how you all are when it comes to politics. And I have to say I don't want to know, because people can be nice in the comments, people can be nice on stream, but they can have completely different worldviews from me. And I don't want to get into that. I want to be as unpolitical as possible. It's not only because I don't want to I don't want to scare people off because they don't have the same religious or political views as me. I want to have it's entertainment and not going into politics and talking about how people should behave and all that stuff. The big letter, or what do you, the capitalized letter? What are you going on about? Hello, Cyberfreak. Cyberfreak, was it me going into politics? I hope it wasn't me. I'm trying to not do that. I'm deliberately trying to not get into politics. Okay, we have the reactor back. I'm losing you. Yes, we are a tribal kind of guys, but that's true for a lot of Europe. Alex Hudson, hello. Sorry, Alex. See, that's the thing. Hello, Mitch. Man, what's going on here? I joined late. No, you are good. You're in time, Mitch. That's a good thing. You're 1.5 hours late, and that's completely okay. Nimchi. It could be a different thing. I know that the German or basically German is one of the tribes that we had. I can't go over them in English. It's weird. The Relayinator did his job and still exists in the world. The Relayinator brought us back in contact with the rest of the world. It flew around more than 5,000 kilometers to reach its destination and do his job. The Relayinator was an amazing success. The problem is it started a whole bunch of lag problems. I realized that being in contact with, and that's maybe a tip for you all, being in contact with your whole world is not good. Because my terminal problems I had in all my videos came from being able to contact every machine in my world. Why the game does that, I don't know, but that's what happened. And so the Relayinator is still at its position and is still able to get contacted by the base, but I had to turn off some laser connections. Super Ghost UK. That's an amazing thing, and I have to look that up. It did, yeah. Cyberfreak. The Relayinator is exactly that. Sorry, I have to get into the pause screen again. You guys are too fast for me. Can I pop out the chat? Pop out chat. And can I make it bigger then? Because I sometimes lose questions because I can't see more of the chat. That's much better. Here's one why are Germans so popular with Irish people. We both make nice breakfasts. Is that the case? Wait, really? Oh, okay. It was not the. It was not. Sorry, it's not the answer. You can always open the chat on your phone and put it next to the screen or something. It's okay. I have two screens, so that works out. But the problem is that when the chat is not popped out, there's only a few lines I have because my second monitor is just a small monitor, and so la la la. I can't see everything. I always have to make the preview window very small and all that stuff. Good. Okay, we have repaired this stuff. Now, again, back to the... I always get distracted. When I stream, distraction is real. Good. This needs repairing. I need to add a thruster again. Not the big ones, small ones. Top, they are alright. You can always open the chat. Yeah. I once got lost in Germany and bumped into an Irish butt in the middle of nowhere. We were in Hamburg and we went into a bar to make... We went there, hot day, it was, and we walked for ages. I broke records in my step counter on my smartphone, and we ended up in Hamburg in an Irish pub. Everybody spoke English. I was okay there. The beer was good, and I could have stayed there for ages, but we just went there for 45 minutes or so just to sit there. It was the best thing. Zoom out. I'm in the normal thingamabob view, so I can't zoom out. Full screen is a better option altogether. Yeah, it's okay that way. I can see enough. It's a city in Germany, but yeah, hamburger would be nice now. Melly, hello, welcome by the way. Great, now I want to... Sorry guys, sorry, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. I can... If I mention a city and everybody gets hungry, that's... I recently saw a recipe on YouTube for Whataburger. Is that a thing in America? The Americans here, if there are Americans here, Whataburger, I think a Texan thing. And they have basically the original first hamburger as it was made in New York or something like that by someone from Hamburg, and it's amazing. I need to try the recipe. They use, instead of these buns, these small buns, they use Texan toast. And man, I didn't know that Texan toast was a thing. Okay, I need to make just a short break because I'm talking too much. I need something to drink and I need to take a look at the chat for a moment. Okay, we have fixed up the drill again. What we could do is modify that thing. I want to modify it to make it a bit smaller, because now that I don't have the big reactors in the back anymore, we might want to change it a bit. Which tea would be great. Water at the moment is better, and I have something else on my desk that I want to drink, but I'm not sure if I should tell you what. While we are good with the Irish, we make the best beer. You mean the Germans make the best beer? I have to say we make really good beer, but there's better beer out there. To use that system, you play airsoft, beer men play paintball. Isn't that the other way around? And recently and the last year. Oh, a egg! Thank you. Don't throw all your money at me. I think German beer is in the top 10, I would say. But there's a lot of better beer. It's cyanide? What's cyanide? What I have to drink here? No, it's not cyanide. Stop with space engineers for some time. Had weird stuff happening on a planet. Not being able to move after a turret shot once. Wheels flying around. Yeah, I hope they changed that, Melly. It got a lot better, but the last big update put in a lot of bugs again. But the game is slowly... Sorry, by the way. Sorry, I'm burping like crazy at the moment. Is slowly getting better. With a lot of Irish and a drop of coffee. Yeah. The coffee's only for the color. Wow, Raven, there was only a 2-second delay after that donation. That's good. My internet connection today must be fantastic. I should screw it up by setting it to 1080p and then what kind of alcohol I remember? I have a bourbon cola. Would it be okay to drink that? I promise I will not get drunk and shout at people. But my wife was so nice to bring me a bourbon cola today. And I'm not sure how kids friendly that is. I will not get political when I have that, and I will not promote it. Don't drink if you're under 18 in Germany and under 21 in America, I think. Can do drunk Minecraft, why can't you? Yeah, that's right. Markiplier, is he still... I never really watched Markiplier, but is he still basically family friendly? I'm trying to be family friendly as possible. Bourbon is basically American... a form of American... It's a form of whiskey. One form of whiskey, American. Bourbon cola, Jim Beam cola I have. Melly, sorry. Sorry. Like to do junk streams and say they're hilarious. Yeah, that's the thing. The problem is if you basically play in front of an audience that is younger. I know that my people are older. And so I know that I can do that, but I'm not sure how other people perceive that and all that stuff. I will now say that's okay for me. I have one small can of that, and that will be okay. But I don't want to promote drinking alcohol in front of younger people, and that's why we should stop talking about this. Okay. Glenfiddich, not my favorite stuff. I know that it is good, but the taste... I think I burned out my taste for Glenfiddich by drinking it too fast, too much of it, and not at the right temperature. That's what drove me away from Glenfiddich. I want to attach the gun. I will do it that way for now. That is not the right way to do it, but that's it for now. Also, you include alcohol when you say don't drink after a certain age, because we might end up dying of thirst. If you're thirsty, you shouldn't drink alcohol. That's not a good thing to do. The guy that knows a bit of medicine says, don't do that. That's not healthy. But I don't want to get preachy here. That's also a thing I normally don't want to do. Okay, we need to connect this up. Again, I'm not sure if the big guns really need connections. They have a connection. That's the thing that drives me to adding the connections here. And that's the only reason why I want to connect it up. McGavin, hello. I tend to go for Irish beer, coffee, food, but that's probably because Irish beer is good. I'm not a big fan of the most known Irish beer. I'm a big fan of Kilkenny. I hope I say that the right way. Rem, you said I shouldn't speak of politics. Edek, please. Oh, man. By the way, anyone else noticed how seems to be cold? Really? Is that the case, Belorso? That's the best thing on this planet. Is it? Edek. Kilkenny is it's not the best, but when we are in an Irish pub and I can get my Kilkenny, I will get my Kilkenny. I'm too much of a wuss to get. It's funny. I'm getting from cider. We had an Irish pub that also they sold pitchers, and that's one thing that we are not, or I was not used to here in Germany. Pitchers, so we big, not buckets. So yeah, a pitcher. A pitcher, I think, is a pitcher of beer and cider and all that stuff. And the cider is. I don't know. From cider, I just get drunk. Kilkenny was a lot better there, and I switched to Kilkenny at one point after I got too much cider. Did you misspell Foster's? I never had a Foster's. I should get a Foster's at one point. I never even seen pictures in Ireland. It's all of you drink Fanta instead. Yeah, that's also possible. Okay, good. Weapons are in place. Weapons are in place at the front. I have to set them up later. I don't want to go through all the menu items now and change everything up, because I want to set some weapons specifically for missile defense and don't want to have them as a thing to attack other ships. So also don't drink Fosters. We send the refined countries. Just colored sugar? Yeah, colored sugar is perfect. Fosters. Isn't that what we want? Colored sugar? I know that's colored sugar, and I know that that is bad for me and for us. How is that? Is Fanta a thing in the US? I know that, for example, Mexico has a Fanta thing going on. I saw that it is called something else. I recently saw a post on Reddit, and someone posted a picture of sodas or lemonades or whatsoever. Hello, Craig Connors. And there was basically a picture of a Fanta bottle, but it wasn't Fanta. So it was the same logo, the same typography and all that stuff, but the name was different. And I don't know how Fanta is in the US. Okay, that's the thing. It should be, because it is a Coca-Cola thing. We still should shorten that thing. I want to go and shorten that and maybe replace the connectors. Maybe place them a bit more apart. The thing is that this drill in the front is so close to this wall that it would be good to get a block or so in between. Maybe we can do that. Get a connector and then just drill that open. Dozen more variants of Fanta over there. Yeah, Japan has, I know. But they have that with Pepsi and with everything else too. Do Germans do the same with sausages? I don't know if we really export just crab sausages. I never took a look at the export market for sausages. Maybe that's a thing. I know that we do with beer. If I see people in America go for Beck's beer and all that stuff, brr. That really bothers me. Come on, drill that away. Can I safely... Yes. Can I safely dig into that? It could explode everything now. Okay, no it doesn't. They have huge collection of experimental flavors like walnut and various salads. Fantas everywhere. Fantas everywhere. I was on the desert islands. That is crazy. I want sour cream and onion Doritos. That sounds good. Activate the drill nearby your ship. Would it tear the ship in two? Not in two, but it definitely would drill a hole into it. There would be damage. That's why I have to be careful with this, because this thing has a crazy big radius. Loving sausages and meat. We love meat. I can't really say why the sausages thing, the sausage, everybody's talking about German sausages. I'm not sure if sausages are a thing we really should be known for. Okay, I have to get rid of the camera here, but I never use it anyways, so... Learn to play CSGO. Bex is disgusting. It is. Bex is... If you speak about German beer and you say Bex... That's... We have some... We have some beers from the northern part of Germany. Jever and Bex. They are pretty horrible. Other people like them because they have this... They're a bit more bitter and not so... I can't stand them. Father Ted again. I really have to watch that. People talking about Father Ted in my stream. Okay, this... I can shave off 2 blocks basically in the back. Or no, yeah, I can shave off 2 blocks. So I have these. Come on, I have these connectors here. Oh, that that hurt my eyes right now. I have the small screen of OBS in the right corner, directly beneath my screen, and for some reason the view there. Oh no no no! Oh no 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 no! You will not do that right now. Better be known for social. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Good comedy. Let's sing. Let's sing. No, anything with John Cleese is good. I'm sure there are things with John Cleese that are not so good. I like John Cleese as much as everybody else, but I'm absolutely sure there's things with John Cleese that are not too good. Okay, can I go for that? I need to make a connection. Let me do something. I need to get rid of the screen. The OBS screen really drives me crazy. Okay, I have if I put a connector down, not a connector, a connection down there, 5. Maybe just, if I just go for, that works out. I need to get to the cockpit, that's a big problem. Now I can shave off basically the back part of the ship. So I need to set up the stone throw out later then again, but I can go with just 3 connectors. I noticed that the stone dump never used more than 3 of the connectors, so we can just go with 3 of them, remove all the conveyors we have to that, and then just go with 3. A sorter, and then we close this off a bit more. Okay. Oh child, things are gonna get easier. Pass away after the 3rd season. Shame, and the actor that played Father Jack died on the same day, but many years later. In old Irish stories, things always happen in 3s. Okay. I always have the question how we end up talking about stuff like that. Father Ted, old Irish stories. I'm confused. Oh yeah, Adam West died. That's... Batman is dead. That's bad. Not a good day today. Okay, do I still have thrusters on my hotbar? Yes. No. The thrusters are the hotbar. See, that's the problem. I need to stop drinking my bourbon immediately. Edek, if you want to, two things we need to talk about. That's one thing I will not sing, not even for money. And if you think, so stop giving me money if you think that you have any right to tell me what to do. Then that's we talked about that the last time, that you said do this and that for. That's not how this works. I'm greatly appreciative if you give me money, because that's a really nice thing to do. But if you go and say do this and that for that, then I'm not your dance monkey dance. I hope you can understand that. That's not how it works. I wouldn't even do it for 50, because again, this is for one, this is not part of our anthem anymore, and it's. I could sing it because it's a thing that was meant differently, but with its use, it got warped, and that's the big problem with this part of our, with this part of the anthem and all that stuff. So don't ask for that. Well, also I had a lot worse things happen to me in the Netherlands. I was greeted with with the old greetings. Let's say it that way, because I can't do it on stream here, and that was. It was meant a lot worse than this. Yes, I will only dance for Armitage and not for money. Yeah, but your incentive, Edek, is to say, I give you money if you do. And again, I'm thankful for getting money, but not to say, hey, do this and that. Even if you just suggested. So, John Rizzo, hello, welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. No, Edek, it's okay. That's why I'm talking. I have the feeling that I can talk to you about something like that in that way. That's the grown-up thing to do. So everything's fine. Good. We need to attach. I need to remove them anyways. I was asking myself if I could grind this away to... but I needed to remove the thrusters anyways. Good. Pick it up. Good. More things to talk about. I don't. I hope I don't come over as a bad guy if I tell off Edek in that way. Again, it's just a thing I want to tell you. Don't give me the incentive to do anything for money. The drill ship. I'm shorting it because let's say it that way. The drill ship existed before this ship existed, and what I've done is that the thing that I've done is I have measured out basically the Duchessa and went up by 3. So this part is 3 times the size of the same part on the Duchessa, and I thought, hey, the drill ship surely fits in there, and it fit in there, but very, very closely. And I can shorten it now, because before I had the azimuth containers in here. The azimuth the TH is going away completely. So the azimuth containers are as long as 2 of these containers. And I recently removed the azimuth package from my mod list. So I was able to fit in 3 of these and then one of the big reactors in here, because with getting rid of the azimuth pack, the azimuth reactors also went away, and I had 2 azimuth containers in here. Reactors in here. And with them gone, I'm now able to utilize the space a bit better and then shorten the ship a bit better. Shorten the ship. So that means I can fit it better in here. And now with having the connectors moved a bit, I'm getting 1 block more space in front of the ship, because this drill is awfully close to this wall when I've docked it in here. And now I have a bit more wiggle room. The old nanites are back, Craig. That's true. Old nanites are back on track, and they updated it with this thing here, the nanite area beacon. You can set up an area now where the nanites work. A bit like John Rizzo talked about it, the nanobot system. The nanobot system has an area around the nanobot block itself. I hope you mean the nanobots, the build and repair system. I'm using both mods at the moment because the nanites are pretty hard on the performance when they go and weld stuff. And so I'm using the nanobots to weld up stuff, and I'm using the nanites to grab stuff that I break down here, because that's one thing the nanobots can't do. At least I could mark a block and then it would be ground down and the materials would be taken away automatically. That works out, but again, I'm using them together, and that's fairly, it's working pretty nice. Good. Okay, I need to make, I need to change up this. This thing needs to be here, but I need to do something. Okay, we talk about that in a second when I've replaced the thrusters, because that's a thing I can do right now. And then we go and put in the new stone trash, getting rid of stone things. Okay, I want it to be flush with the thrusters, and at the moment we would have to put conveyors in front of here. Come on. And then it wouldn't be flush with this anymore. But what if we go and do this? And then we connect this up with these conveyors so that we... come on. No. Oh, man. Okay. This way. Now it doesn't connect back into the ship. And we can set up the connectors here. That should work out, and we still have the connectors there that we can use to throw out the stone, and below that we still have a bit more space to put some more batteries in. You're using OBS. How did you get it to work? All I get it to do is record a black screen or something. I can't show you, McGavin, but you have to set up certain things basically in OBS. You have to tell it where to get the picture from, basically. You set it up in your global sources. Basically, you set up and say, okay, I want to grab my monitor, for example. And then you can say, I want to grab a a window that I have opened. And then you basically put these as sources into your scene. It's a bit weird, but I'm not pretty good at this too, but that's how it works. A large base inside a huge asteroid. It has 2 large hangar doors, 15 meters in height. That sounds great, John. Yeah, I have to get back into more asteroid building too. Figment of our imagination. I had, when I started out, and we talked about that earlier, I had a bit of talk with Doc M77. That's a Minecraft YouTuber, one of the bigger ones, and the people always said I sound awfully like him, and having him talk in one of my videos didn't make anything better. The people after that said we sound so much alike that basically it must be Doc M having, or it must be that Doc M has opened another channel and now is trying to troll his. I know that the people didn't really think that, but that's at least what was going around for a bit. Was nice. And again, I tried to prove it, that we are not the same person, but the people didn't believe that and trolled us even harder after that. Love is Doom. Thank you for being here. See you later. John, did you use normal drills or mods or something like that? Maybe you have a drill suggestion. I have one. If you, I found this big mining drill, and this thing is just amazing. Maybe you can just use one drill. Raven is an alien. I don't think. I'm not intelligent enough to be an AI. Okay, that works out. Now I could put in some more batteries. But I also need to place... Okay, we need to also place a gravity generator. Because I always like to push away the stones that I'm pushing out into. So this whole system in the back here is a system to get rid of stone in the ship, because one thing I usually don't want to have when I mine is I want to have stone. Before I chose this drill, I used the mining beam, and the mining beam was able to just ignore stone basically, and this one isn't, so we have to set something up with it. And I usually go for this stone trash basically. Okay, field height, the field height is okay, field depth, we can go down a bit too, so that we have a really small channel in that this thing works. But for now we turn it off. Tier chip tools, yes, I know that. Mac, you may need... Sorry, by the way, for always reading what you are writing, but I'm trying to answer questions. Maybe some other people have the same questions, so I'm always reading out what the people asked. I tried game capture and it just does a black screen. I did manage to get it to kind of work in windowed mode, but with a lot of FPS drop. Sorry, McGavin, it's a big problem. I just get it to work by, yeah, only by pure sheer luck. That's the only thing I can tell you. You have to set up your global sources right, then everything should work. over earlier. They ruined my darts. Oh, that's not nice. Super. Okay. What if aliens heard Raven as the first human contact and thought all humans were German? The big problem with that will be that one of the first things, or a relatively close first thing, aliens will hear from us if they. The problem is that radio waves, as far as I know, the normal radio waves will reach the next solar systems just as garbled mess, because they weren't just strong enough. So that's a good thing, because some of the first radio waves we spew into space weren't as nice as we thought. You might get the clue where they came from. And so I will not be the first thing. Let me show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. I hate rabbit holes. I always sink into them. I recently had some of these things where again, someone said, "Hey, this and that," and then I dove into a rabbit hole of YouTube videos and getting more and more informations about that. So, advanced settings. Hopefully, I'll get. Yeah, try that. Sorry, McGavin. I would really like to be more helpful with that. Maybe I can figure something out for you, but it's there are good tutorials out there, and I use them too. OBS is really simple, relatively simple to use. It's a good tool if you want to have a recording tool. One thing you could try also is always, if you have an NVIDIA card, I'm not sure it's Shadowplay, that is pretty good too. I had another one. If you just want to record your monitor, and now I don't get the name. Sorry. Yeah, maybe get an older OBS version. That could work. It could be that my OBS version is pretty old. 3 lights. To protect the cockpit, John Rizzo? I could tell you my settings. Different systems do things differently. Yeah, different systems. I've seen some of the tutorials and got it set up the same way in some of the tutorials, but never addressed the FPS problem. One thing, FPS problems. Scorpio, you are the guy for that. I'm using at the moment. It depends on what system you're using, what CPU you are using, because we figured out that what you can do is I'm using System Explorer to control basically what program uses what CPU in my machine. So for example, at the moment I'm running Space Engineers with 3 of my CPUs, and OBS and Chrome with the 4th one. That makes it so that if you have limited resources, you basically spread them out a bit more even. Maybe that could help you, but if you have a monster system, then you might not need that tip. Edek, I'm not. I wouldn't ban you for politics, for talking about politics. The thing for me is I would start to ignore you, and I don't want to ignore you because you are a nice guy, and sometimes talking about politics is okay. But when I stream, I just don't want to. If someone talks to you about politics in the stream, then please do that, but don't have me talk about that. And the problem is, if you talk about that, sometimes I could get involved, the thing for that is that you can have all the opinions you want if they are not too extreme. Let's say it that way. If you talk about racist stuff and all that stuff, then I might ban you. Talking about politics isn't an automatic ban. I just ask you to not do it or not to involve me in it, because again, I'm playing and I'm making YouTube videos to get away from that. That's why I'm trying to be family friendly. That's why I'm trying to be as apolitical in my videos as I can be. I have my opinions and I'm not afraid to show them, but on the other hand, people come here to, again, not be involved with that. And that's the thing. I will not ban you for talking about politics. But I'm asking you to not do that. It's just, it would be polite to not do that, Attic. CPU cores, Scorpio was the thing from Steam, or again the System Explorer. It is free and it maybe not automatically, but it does the same, and you can set it up. You can say, I always want to have OBS use the 4th CPU, for example. Sorry, all the carbonated stuff here makes me really burpy. Sorry, guys. My keyboard is not working properly. That's bad, John Rizzo. Clean it. I'm not sure, or is it that bad that you might need a new one? I will make the settings later. We are going into ramble territory again. That normally ends my streams, but I will make a short break. So just a short break of playing, just to talk with you again. If I need to get up and do something else, I will do that. But is there really keyboard drivers, Mitch? Or drivers only if you have a crazy keyboard? Or I don't know what John's keyboard is, but I never needed to install keyboard drivers. But I'm pretty old-fashioned when it comes to keyboards. The best thing about my keyboard is that it is pretty much watertight. Technology. I'm not completely into technologies too. So for me, it's just okay. I need to right click and say these CPUs do that, this and that. It's not complicated. I never really use System Explorer for anything else. By the way, the C520, is that one of the big gaming keyboards? Mix gaming with politics, otherwise it's better to just stay clear. So one thing I wanted to show you is now the people that asked me to do the whole gravity drive thing. I think they are not here, but the center of mass of the whole ship changed, and it's somewhere here now, more close to the middle, and we can hopefully do the whole gravity drive thing again and make it hopefully better. The problem is, I have the feeling they are trying to get rid of gravity drives. There was a lot of mentioning mass blocks doing weird stuff when being in artificial gravity. So could be that they are trying to get rid of that. See that? Now this thing is close to the middle, and we we could set that up again at one point. LCS is good stuff, really, but and just group from space engineers. Oh yes, it sounds like that. Okay. Too much Rabel, not enough gaming. Do you mean me, Craig? Ribbing on the ship, yes, the ribbing turned out pretty well, and again, I still have to set one thing up that got suggested, that's bringing the ribs into basically the walls. That's one thing I really need to do. I would like to have it more visible, but adding, don't know, 52 ribs through the whole ship wouldn't make it really nice. And I still have these containers on the side here. The thing is, I could remove them now because I changed the containers in the container base, so we might be able to get rid of these. And I still have to continue the ribs down into the rooms below. A space elevator. At the moment, I'm not willing to build a space elevator, and I try to do that, and the game threw big rocks into my way, Edek. And on the other hand, I don't want to get any comments about copying Epic Tech. That might happen if I now go and say I want to build my own space elevator. No, that was wrong. And the thing is that I have the feeling that it could end badly for Epic. He's building this nice contraption there. Armitage, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. See ya later. See, Mitch? That's the thing. It might be that someone accuses me of copying him. Although, again, I did a space elevator build, or I tried to build a space elevator at one point on the moon. And the big problem with it is that at one point the whole grid basically shifts. So the blocks are not... They are attached, but they hover, and they have gaps in between them. And I'm not sure... I'm not sure how it turns out for Epic. Epic is now at 1 kilometer or something like that. It could end badly for him. I went over 1 kilometer, I think, to 2.5 or something like that, and then it started to go bad. Not that I want that for him. It might be that they updated the game in a way where it is now possible to have these amounts of blocks and all that stuff, but it could end up bad for him. McGavin. I'm using nanites, so nanites are basically the YouTuber's friend, because you don't have to weld up everything by hand. But it took long, even with the nanites, to set this up. But again, the concept, I always have to say that the concept is not purely mine. This is the original, basically, and this is a ship I found. A ship by, I don't know the name. It's called the Duchessa, and it's under that name on the Steam Workshop also. And it's an amazing ship that I found in basically the first season, and I wanted to have a bigger version of that. That's what I built here. It took a few weeks, I think, to build it. Yeah, the nanites are, again, if you want to have progress in your world and want to have a bit, as a YouTuber, you need to have a bit faster progress than you normally have. If I would have the time, I could just set it up and then build and weld stuff, and I wouldn't have any time basically that I would have to do that in. And my first videos, for example, they are basically real-time videos, and that at one point needs to change, because you can't make these big projects if you don't have the nanites and build everything completely in real time without cuts. You adopted it. Yeah, that's a good word for that. I have a space elevator all the way up to orbit and never had any grid shifting problems, but the lag. Yeah, it's laggy. The grid shifting is gone. I might try that then. Again, Alex, I tried it on a moon too, and I at that point I still had the grid shifting problems. Yeah, I've seen some of Sage's work, and I know that there are amazing space elevator builds out there. I'm not sure how they do that. Maybe it's really empty worlds or something like that. But I have a lived-in world, and I have a base, and I have all that stuff. And again, I tried my first space elevator build way back. Sage is weird. He never really got me, but I know that he can do stuff in things. Thanks, John. The Planet Nomads turns out to be really nice, but the problem still is that at the moment there's not a lot to do in Planet Nomads. We will see how that continues. I hope that they add more stuff to Planet Nomads as fast as possible, so that I can bring you more Planet Nomads instead of running into a wall and saying, okay, now it's done. I'm going to, at the moment, Bell also, I'm continuing Planet Nomads, because I now still have things to do in Planet Nomads. His beard just puts me off. A beard puts you off? Yeah, I know that it's still developing. I hope that they find a good developing cycle with nice additions pretty soon. With planets and the moon and the Earth. Interesting experience to build it, but in the end, it's just not worth using. Yeah, that's the other thing, that you need energy for it, and you can just fly up from a moon. You can just fly up into orbit with no big problems. And Clang will get you for a space elevator. At one point, Clang will get you. What do you mean he didn't get you? No, he was not able to, his content was not able to grab my attention. So that's, I watch people on YouTube, and sometimes they are able to really get me, really, man, okay, now I have to watch more of that person. And Sage never achieved that for me. So again, I like what he's doing. He's doing great stuff, but I never really got into his videos. Let me sit down for a moment. I'm just flying in circles, and that's not good. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, Alex. Epic is building a 40 kilometers high space elevator. He's trying to get to 0G in a space elevator. And we have problems after, I think, the the gravity range of a moon is 5 kilometers or something like that. So it's crazy. Yeah, the game again, game, the last update did good stuff, but there was a lot of bugs in there, and sometimes I'm a bit fed up with the fact that they add a new update and then they break stuff that worked, and I don't know what's the problem there. The fact Sage is weird. I accepted the fact, and now I can actually enjoy his madness. That's good. Private world, just change it to online. Yeah, that's one thing you also can try. Will it not start at all, or will it not start a world? Sometimes changing it, and Scorpio's right there, changing it from offline to private, that can work. It's weird. Good to hear that you qualified for FIFA World Cup in 2018. So the McGavin, the whole game will not work. That's what I do right now. Since the last update, however, I can't even load the game at all. Oh man. McGavin, try rolling back. On Steam, you can roll back. Maybe that works out for you, and then you can maybe try a version later or something like that. Maybe that helps. Um, is it crashing when you load a world, McGavin? Is it is it not loading the game at all, or is it crashing when you load a world? Because loading a world with a mod that doesn't work with it can do that. If it crashes right from the beginning, then maybe roll back and try a different version. Edek, what is up? Yeah, Alex, going up to 40 kilometers. He has done 1 kilometer by now, one, and he needs to do 39 more. And if he wants to go really up, I think he needs to go even more up to really go out of the atmosphere, go out of gravity, and then it might break his game. I do something on planet. I'm staying away from the planets at the moment because the planets do bad stuff to the game. Next world, I will definitely do something on planets because a certain scripter told me that he updated his script, and I definitely want to get back into that script. Was it to run in DX9? DX9 isn't there anymore, I think, or didn't they abandon DX9 completely? An armored train or something. A train built on a planet. Whew. Welcome back, John. I'm making a short break just to sit back a while, drink a sip of my drink, and then crow carol of Homeworld 2. The Duchessa is definitely inspired by Homeworld, definitely, and I like that because the Homeworld ships are beautiful. A planet? Are you talking about Planet Nomads? I should I should not talk in discussions I'm not involved in. When I when 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 I when I'm not. Sometimes I miss stuff. Sorry, Mitch. I recently saw XP Gamers also made homeworld video with the Star Wars mod, and I wanted to take a look at that. Homeworld is another game. The problem with strategy games is that I'm not good at it. I always wanted to play Homeworld and got the remastered edition and all that stuff, but I'm really not good at it. Planet Nomads, yeah, it reminds me of No Man's Sky and of Space Engineers a lot. And the thing with Planet Nomads at the moment is that, again, there is not a lot to do. There's the only thing that you need to really explore for is if you want to see beautiful landscapes, and you need to get other materials. And it's still a bit wonky how that works out. Hearts of Iron 4. This is there is Hearts of Iron and Homeworld are strategy-wise, I think, on different levels. I even have some of the Paradox games. I could take a look, but I have so many games in my Steam library. Good. Train Z looks like a fun game to pass time. Do I have Train Z? Should we take a look if I have Train Z? Can I do that from here? No, I think I can't go into my... Let me do it the other way. I have seen Prison Architect. Prison Architect, for my taste, is too expensive. But that's... No, I have Train Fever. I don't have Train Z. Stellaris, also a nice looking game, don't have it. Scorpio, Sia, or are you... Who's going? I missed something again. Okay. Ooh. I need to be careful. It's I will not say that they need to make it. In my opinion, it's too expensive. They can have a completely different opinion there and say no, we think it is exactly worth that much. Did I miss someone leaving? You're all saying someone is going in. Oh, okay, Scorpio. Then I might still be here. Let me take a look. 2 hours, 40 minutes. I might stay here a bit if you can still stand my rambling. Okay. That's the thing. Prison Architect seems to be like a fun game. I watched a year or 1.5 ago or 2. Who played it? Generic B, I think, played it, and some other people played it too. And it seems to be a fun game, but I have to say that again. I think it's way too pricey for what it does. But it's always a discussion. The same discussion was true for No Man's Sky. The people had the discussion about why is an early access, basically early access indie title costing $60, and or it wasn't early access, but the people were arguing about that. And for Prison Architect, again, you can't make this. You can't say it's not worth it. Is it worth it for you? That's always the question. Okay, should we? What I'm missing at the moment is guns at the bottom. I completely forgot that we need some anti-missile weapons at the bottom. We have the big turrets there, but we also need to add some lasers to the bottom. Yeah, by the way, are you planning on building a fighter to put into that hangar bay? If this whole system with the connectors and connections and all that stuff works at one point again, I definitely want to do that. Adding a fighter or something like that. Again, the next again, I will not call it season, but the next world will have a bit of a combat. Will have combat involved. I completely left it out this time, but I definitely want to add it. And so we need to think about stuff like that. Fighters, attack ships that maybe are able to take down the NPC ships, all that stuff. It's 2:40 p.m. Nice. Mountain Blade and mod it an awful lot, and it's so insanely cheap. I have Mountain Blade, but Mountain Blade is one thing I want to play science fiction space games on my channel, and Mountain Blade is not a science fiction space game, and I got into Mountain Blade a bit. It's not for me. There's so much to do in Mountain Blade that showing it on camera is, I think, pretty difficult for me, at least. You also, Eric, is that a question for me, LSG, if I watch him? it's the space in the hangar is not so big. And again, we have sites, we have things where we have to be careful with the size, because the doors are just 4 blocks high. Doesn't call them Henry. Mitch, thanks. It's good that someone says it. Yeah, Last in Gamers. Let's say it that way. He did Space Engineers way before me, because he started with the creative mode, and but I'm playing Space Engineers for exactly as long as survival mode exists. So yeah, Last End Gamers did a whole lot of work for how the whole game works and all that stuff, and figuring out the mechanics behind it. It's neat. I want to do something. we always talk about the ribbing, and I think I need to add more. I have the feeling. The thing is that I have the hangar doors here and the hangar doors there. These are small hangar doors. They usually are not for taking in fighters or anything like that. But if something crashes into here, I definitely want to have a bit of heavy armor around that, I think. Really? Is there Star Wars mods for Mount and Blade? That sounds amazing. Bannerlord is coming out. I never saw Bannerlord. Should I take a look at Bannerlord, Adek? No, not just to inform myself what it is. That's what I mean by that. But that's one thing. I'm keen on getting nice tips for games. I got into do you know the Conan PvP survival game that's out at the moment? I got into that with Nathan, and man, I don't like this game. Actually, I think it was Sage who started doing SE during creative. Started when survival came along, and they started doing survival. And as far as I know, LSG is doing the creative thing a bit longer than me. That's the fun part. I'm having one of the most consistent and longest running Space Engineer series out there. There might be other people, so I will not say that I'm the only one, but I at least have one of the longest running Space Engineer series out there, and mostly, if you can call it that way, continuous. So again, I'm not trying to make these breaks, and I'm not saying, okay, I start over in a completely new world. That's why I always take stuff with me when I start into a new world. Having something from your old worlds leads to a connection. And the last time I started a new world was when the planets came out. So I'm playing this game for a long time now, I have to say. Okay, keep this stable. This needs to go anyways. And I can fill this in with a light armor block, or yeah, I will use a light armor block here, but there will be heavy armor blocks on these sides. So actually, I think so. Bannerlord. Okay, I will take note and take a look at it. Again, I will maybe not play it on the channel. For me, it's space and science fiction all around. Okay, I need to. Okay, this goes through there. I need to later color this in a different. What happened to Mid-Space's toolbox? SE toolbox? Doesn't it work anymore? By the way, Bell, also the joint survival was one thing that really put me off with LSG and Sage. And it's mostly not because of them. Yes, the SE toolbox is nice for that. There is automatics in Space Engineers itself now, so there is a way to clean your worlds basically. but the SE Toolbox does sometimes a way better job. 578 so far. Yeah. Is that not enough? Oh, I don't know. I think I have the first one. I don't have the newest edition of Mountain Blade, so I'm not sure. And again, I played it for a bit and then just left it out. I just got it because it was really, really cheap on GOG or something like that. I will not I will not talk bad about other YouTubers. That's the thing. But the Joint Survival series is the one of the things that really puts me off. I don't know, but I don't like their banter and the I don't know. It's hard to really put a finger on it and say this is the reason why. But their interaction for me is I don't know. I'm not getting into their interaction. I don't. Maybe we don't have the same humor or something like that. Don't know. Not to my thinking. You need over 1,000. I need over 1,000. That will hopefully happen. Not sure. We will see how this all continues. One thing I really want to achieve, and that's weird, but I want to get recognized by Keen Software House. That's one thing I really want. I want it that Keen Software House at least knows who I am. Because as far as I see myself, I'm trying to record. It sounds so pretentious, but I'm trying to record the history of space engineers. So, what changed in? I'm Edek, and that's the reason why I don't watch. The thing is that I'm trying to see how space engineers changed over the development time, and I really would like to, at one point, at least get recognized for that. It's weird, but that's one of the goals I have. There's scripted stuff. The thing is that when it comes to the scripted stuff, the guys, Morphologists and XP Gamers and Wasted Space, it's sometimes cringy, but they do a really, really good job at this the survival series they have going at the moment. Yeah, Tizu, wasn't that the thing that he always has to go back and forth between army and things and in large multiplayer games I get word out if I can. I always hope that people would do that, Mitch. That's the thing. I know that this has happened. The problem is I don't want to come over as hey, people go over there and spam everybody. That's also not a thing I want. I don't want to get recognized for being obnoxious. But my hope is that at one point, again, I'm at least recognized for what I'm doing in Space Engineers. I know that I'm not making all the new stuff and doing crazy new builds that nobody else could have envisioned. I know that I'm not that type of guy, but at least being basically seeing my series as the history of space engineers survival, what it does, how it works, where the problems are, and maybe what needs to change and all that stuff. That would be neat. Black Maze? Okay, close this off, at least with a line, so I can see where I need to go with this. What's Black Maze? And then we close it off here. I want to have this part always open. Oh no, this part. I'm not sure if in the future there will be an airtight force field mod. There is another airtight force field mod. The one that I had crashed the game pretty crazy, and the new one has no see-through force fields. It's a weird thing, but I would like my force fields to be more see-through. Join Zockley's, yeah, the live stream. Get on his radar, talk to him. That should be your ticket. The thing is, again, I don't want to come over as obnoxious. I don't want to go in there and the thing that makes me a bit angry about the whole thing is that they have the Keen Software House Discord, and I asked, what do you need to be considered a YouTuber? They have a YouTuber tier. How are you not feeling tired? I slept a bit before the stream. And the problem with that is that on the Discord there are YouTubers that are far smaller than me, that are recognized as YouTubers, and I got sent to a page where I have to basically apply as YouTuber, and they only recognize YouTubers with at least 5,000 subscribers and or 500,000 watch views, and you have to be specific. Thank you, Edek. That's really, really nice. You and you have to be mostly space engineers. And if I am one thing, it's mostly space engineers. But there are YouTubers with 86 subscribers that are recognized as YouTubers on the Discord, and I am not able to get recognized there as a YouTuber because I don't fulfill their things. And that's because Zockley is going out and saying, here, this one is a YouTuber, go and add them to the Discord as YouTuber. And that's a thing that gets me, because that's double standards, and I'm not a big fan of double standards. Okay, I should turn on the lights, by the way. Why is nobody telling me? Good. So that's a thing that gets me at the moment. I feel that's a bit unfair towards YouTubers that do work and that do stuff. The thing is, for example, we talked about Pampered Duchess. Pampered Duchess is recognized as YouTuber on the Discord. I talked to her about that and told her that I am not able to be recognized as YouTuber on the Discord because I don't fulfill their things. And the problem with it is that, yeah, she got recognized by Zogli, got added to that, and yeah, I will not be able to get into that. I've turned my lights on. Yeah, that's the problem, but that's not right. If you have rules for your Discord and say, these are the rules, then why are you not abiding to these rules? Okay, it's your Discord, you can do whatever you want there. But I want to have the same... If I have to play by the rules and go and say, hey, I apply as YouTuber, I come and bow my head and say, here, Keen Software House Community Management, this is me, my whole work in nearly 3 years of Space Engineers. No, I will not say that he's sexist, but at least the problem is that the rules are different when it comes to people that are in his stream, and that's a thing where I'm a bit... It's envy. It's a whole lot being envy because, hey, I don't have the nice yellow YouTuber recognition there, and I can't go into the nice YouTuber chat where only the YouTubers chat. It's a weird thing, I know, but it all is the same with my plan to one day be recognized as what I'm doing for Space Engineers. Not sure, and the problem is that I sometimes when streams go up, I'm not there, and so Bell also that you don't care about the darkness, I know. Okay, where are we now? I have to. The 10K special is far away, Adek, and the speed that the people join my community is pretty slow. So 10K special will... I have a lot of time to to plan for that. And don't ask about the 100K or 1 million K special, I don't know. For 100K, maybe, don't know. I don't understand the... Scorpio, are you a YouTuber? Are you doing YouTube? Will it involve cake? Cake. At 10 million, yeah, maybe then a face reveal will happen. Maybe. I don't say that it definitely will happen, but maybe a face reveal will happen at 10 million. Could be. Yeah, that's the thing, McGavin. Why are they not... One thing I would like is if they would go and treat them individually. So why can't I apply and say, here, I dedicated my whole channel to Space Engineers. I'm doing Space Engineers for years now. I switched over from Minecraft and dedicated my whole channel basically to Space Engineers. And if I apply, I can only... Yeah. Here is what you have to do to be a YouTuber in our eyes. And don't know. And then again, bending the rules to... And I'm not saying that Pampered Duchess doesn't... She did a good job when it comes to YouTube, and she had growth, really fast growth, and did a good job doing her series, and that's why I miss her series. But again, the rules say different. I talked to her about that, so she knows my opinion there. A Twitch streamer, but promote both YouTube and Twitch. See, that's the thing. If you're mainly on Twitch, then maybe that's the case why you don't have too many subscribers on YouTube. I made a deliberate decision to stream on YouTube because I basically don't want to split my audience. That's one thing. And I know that my base audience is on YouTube, and since I started basically streaming with YouTube going into the stream thing, I just stayed on YouTube. What are you playing on your streams, Scorpio? "12 different accounts." What do you need 12 different accounts for? Okay, forgot password. Easier to make a new account. That's right. I wouldn't. No, I'm pretty safe when it comes to that. I recently had the YouTube and Google changed some things when it comes to logging in, and I was able to log in basically with a phone. So I wanted to log in, and then Google said, "Hey, do you want to test this system of not using your password, but maybe use your phone to log into your account?" I was, okay, testing it out. That's a neat thing. And then I basically got a message that said on my phone that said, "Here's someone that wants to log into your YouTube account. Should that be okay?" And I said, "Yes." Then I was in my account without giving putting in my password, and I was a bit shocked how easy it is to get into my account. I turned that off then. Game Space Engineer 7 days. Ooh, okay. How often do you stream, Scorpio? Oh, okay, streamers and other YouTubers, okay. How often do you stream? And let's ask the numbers game. For how many people do you usually stream? You don't have to be specific. I don't. It's not. I don't want to make a game out of this and say, "Hey, I'm streaming for more people." But maybe if you want to give me numbers, then give me numbers. I need to create a new Gmail account every single time. Oy, oy, oy. What? You leave me for Epic Tech? You... Oh, that's... Oh. Yeah, Craig, have fun with Epic Tech. I didn't realize that we have that time already. Oh yeah, Zockley is stream. Yeah, right now, and yeah, that's the thing. He announced that, I think. That's the thing, Craig Connors. I love that. Someone better has come on. I will go over there now. See ya. Oh man. Dedicated fans. Secondary is to troll the people I'm watching. You see that? Do that. Don't do that. Scorpio, that's a good number. That's a good number. Were you able to get into the ad program of Twitch with that, or Craig is honest? Yeah, that's the thing. That's honest. No, I usually stop when Epic Tech goes online if I'm playing on Saturday, because we share user bases, I would say, and I don't want to keep anyone from going over there. That sounds so dumb, because man, we are completely, and we should completely go against each other and compete for our viewer bases like crazy. Initiate operation Spatzenschilde. You can do that. But Rivian is a great SE streamer. He builds some crazy... You can promote other people. That's not a problem if you don't spam it. Rivian. I need to write that down. Does he stream on YouTube or on Twitch? Turn them down for the ad program. I don't stream for money. It's not a job. Good thing. Good thing. I would consider that at one point, Scorpio, because one thing I can tell you is that the money you get is... Think about how much time you put into this, and if your time is not worth at least getting the bit of money. What I try to do is not be too crazy with the ads, for example. I never press the ad button, the play ad button. Or I asked one time when I had to go to the toilet and asked if I can play an ad. Well, getting later? Getting late. Alex, see ya. You are also going over to Epic. I see that. If I see you there. No. Have a good evening, Alex. Rivian, Twitch, good. We'll take a look at that. His voice? Voice is always good. It's one of the things that can make a huge difference on YouTube and Twitch. Being able to, I don't know. Again, for me, sound is a lot more important than the video itself when it comes to Twitch or when it comes to YouTube. And if someone with a good voice comes over, those people who I don't know out of it, yeah, I'm not worried. Bell also. Don't use my logo. That's not nice. Okay, this... I need to close this a bit more. We need more lights in here later. And I need to turn up these. It's still awfully dark in here. Light. And I need to stop anyways in a bit. The coffee is wearing off here. A sausage. No. I'm awfully proud of my logo. By the way, I use that everywhere. If you see that, you can normally think it's me. By the way, Mitch, I added you on Steam. Don't disturb me. Okay, I need to reload my batteries. Good. Okay, people, we need to end in a bit. I'm getting awfully tired. But we made progress today. The ship always takes more and more shape. I'm really liking that. We need to do more streams, and then you need to get more and more involved a bit. And I need to get ideas slung at me, basically. And I know ending the live stream. I have to at one point. Duchess once played together with Selford Cell. Yeah, the knit group. I know the knit group. I know the knit group. They are great. I normally have take my friend group. I have to open up a bit on stream on Steam. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking it personal normally, but Edek, no, it's your money. Stop now. Lol, my live streams of late have been 8 to 10 hours. How you do that? I get notifications so late. That's weird. Yeah, I really need to notify the people earlier. Plague Rabbit, hello. I'm just now closing down the stream slowly. We can talk a bit more, but slowly we're closing down the stream. I really need to get the notifications out a lot earlier, I have the feeling. I wanted to say something else. Yeah, again, I need to open up a bit on Steam, but I also have to get a lot basically harder. So if I feel that you disturb me in any way, I definitely will throw you out. To do a project? Yes. Okay, good. Guns are placed. We have changed the faulty guns against the ones. Had to do a project. What project did you do? If I may ask. Okay, this works out. I feel the top side is still a bit unprotected. Maybe one more gun. The problem is we can't put some on the back side. That I will have to work more on that. Okay, I need to change the color of these things, and I need to add this red anyway. This and this. We could make some we could make some walls around them, around the gun turrets on the top, but I read in the description of the mod that sometimes the guns have problems shooting them then. So maybe I should not do that. Is good. One for private use and one for official YouTube channel business. Multiple accounts on Steam. Well, also. The thing for me is that I'm trying to be online. I'm trying to be Rabenschild everywhere. So that's a thing. Yeah, Theoden, it must be something out of Lord of the Rings, I would say. And the thing, yeah, the thing is with Steam too. So what I'm doing is I'm controlling that. So if somebody disturbs me while doing, for example, if you see me play Space Engineers on Steam, you know you shouldn't disturb me, and because then I'm usually doing video, and the thing is I don't want to set up my site so that nobody can disturb me. I'm just usually going then, and if you do that multiple times and you do it even when I tell you please don't do it, then I will just basically kick you out because yeah, that's the thing. Um, my friend list on Steam is not very big, and I will promote my Steam page a bit more. I think I need to do stuff there. The thing is that this all takes time, and yeah, where to get the time and all that stuff to do stuff like that. Setting up a Steam page, all that stuff really needs, in my opinion, a bit of thought. And so I don't want to just go there and say, hey, go to my Steam page. And you can go to my Steam page, by the way. It's all linked in the description. So that's a good thing. Not everyone will listen. Yeah, that's the thing. But that's what I want to do well also. So if someone, if I block someone or kick him out of the Steam area, then I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's that's the same for YouTube. You have to at one point find out that these are your options. If someone doesn't, it always sounds so bad, but doesn't behave like you want the people to behave, then block them. Why should you hesitate there? So that's the thing. McGavin, I'm running 15 mods now. I went down from around 40 to now running 15. What are they? I'm running the nanobots, the nanites. I run the energy warfare weapons, another laser mod. We could take a look at this. Come on, we will take a look at this. I will save and then we go into the menu and close out the stream in my mod list. About port and starboard running lights. That's a good idea, John. That's one thing I definitely want to do. The Duchessa has some, and I want to do that. Yes. You are absolutely right. That's a thing I definitely need to do. I need to keep that in mind. Maybe not running lights, but some blinking lights. Mod list. Text HUD is for the wormhole portal. Armor thrust, by the way, you all need to remind me to update the mod lists and all that stuff. Energy weapon stable is the one where the laser guns are from. Large armor thrusters is just there because one of the ships still uses them. Then a gravity collector, that's for my my gravity funnel, my orbit to planet gravity funnel. Nanobot built-in repair, pseudo infinite laser antennas is just to make the laser antennas realistic, because lasers just don't stop after 40 kilometers. Smooth elevators, elevator mod. Heavy mining drill is the drill. Directed energy warfare is the other laser mod. Laser welders and laser grinders, relatively new mod you can see in recent videos. The airlock block and the nanites. That's what I'm running running at the moment. Hold your grandson. John, that was a good thing. I really need to put that in. You are absolutely right. Edek is now into his quote game. So drinking the rest of my drink. Okay. By the way, these are all the other mods, and there's a lot of stuff. Again, I threw out, and some of the stuff I definitely want to get back in later, but some of them don't work anymore, and that's just too bad. These ones I want to get back in, but these are turrets too, and if I ever want to bring the Rocinante back, I definitely need these weapons. This is the airtight force field that at the moment breaks the game for me. It's so sad. These weapons I want to bring back into. Oh man, I have so many mods in there, and most of the stuff doesn't work anymore. This, by the way, is the new, the airtight force field hangar doors. They work the same way like the others, but you basically can close and open them. So when they are closed, there is a force field that stops everything from getting through, and open they let ships through or something like that. Work nice, but they don't have a setting that makes them transparent. They always have a color. You can say it's green when you can go through, it's red when you can't go through, something like that. And I would like it to be transparent. Cry havoc and let slip. Isn't it let loose the dogs of war? Cry havoc and let loose the dogs of war. Can be both. Okay. Good. As far as I know, it's Cry Havoc and Let Loose the Dogs of War is one of the Shakespeare things. And that's why Star Trek 5. I think Isn't it Star Trek 6? Where the Klingon quotes Shakespeare? That's Captain Picard. Or? I don't know. It's undiscovered country. Okay. I'm not a Trekkie. Definitely going to have to see about getting the nanite mode. McGavin, the nanite control factory is the one that is a bit more versatile because it can destroy stuff, it can pick up stuff, it can mine if you want that, it can heal you and all that stuff. This is the big one basically, but it also takes performance if you weld stuff with it. Again, in combination with the nanobot built-in repair system, the nanobot built-in repair system is a bit uses a bit less power, and just works in a really relatively small radius. The nanites work over 500 meters or something like that, and the nanobots just work over 75 meters or so. Try out both. The nanobots is good for starters. Picard in First Contact. Yep. Jetzt quoting Titanic. Edek. Edek, now I have to ban you. Titanic is a forbidden... No, it's just... I never saw Titanic. I avoided this movie like the plague. The Star Trek reboot, I like them. I like the movies. They're nice movies. It's something different, but I like the movies. There are only 10 Star Trek movies. Good people. I think that's all for today. We always end in silence, but I really, it starts to get hard for me. Scorpio, I don't know how you do it, doing 8 to 10 hours of streaming. Good people, I would say, do we have anything more to talk about? Something short and nice? Ooh, sorry. I had to sneeze. It's John. It's night for me already. That might be the problem. Doing 8 hours might work if I just start in the middle of the day. But you Americans and Canadians, yeah, you will not have a lot of that then. Thank you, Scorpio. 11:34 in Ireland. Yeah, that's we. I'm one hour in front of you, basically. Love is Doom. Thanks. Good people. Call of Duty messing up is something. I don't know anything about that. Good people, thanks for watching. Thanks you were here. Hope you liked the stream. If you did, then please leave a like on the stream. Comments, I don't know how many comments you can leave on a stream. And thanks for all the chatting. I will, again, Mitch, I will try to... we all didn't leave for Epic. You can do now if you want. And thanks you didn't leave for Epic. Thank you, people. I will go over to Epic 2 and just watch the stream a bit and see what's happening there. Yeah, people. I always appreciate you being here. Edek, thanks for your contributions. That was really, really nice. But don't spend all your money on me. You might all want to take a look at my channel page and top right. Maybe you see something different. Some people asked, so I did something that people asked for. Good, people. Thank you. We see us later.